Today we're going to show you how to do a jump ring. Let's say we have a project that we want to put on a necklace or on a key ring, and we need to make a little loop that goes through the hole and attaches to the necklace or keychain or whatever I'm going to attach it to. So I'm going to take this piece of wire. First of all, I made sure that it fit through the hole that I have planned, but I want that jump ring to be round. So I find a round core, and I have quite a few choices of cores. I can do really small, pretty small, like a medium, and a large. I even have some bigger cores than this that we could use. But if I'm holding this up, I think I want, that might be too small. I think I'm going to use this one as my jump ring. So I'm going to wrap the wire around the core. And I'm not going to put it right on the end. I'm going to leave a little bit of room before I start wrapping it. That way, if I try wrapping it right at the very end, that's going to try to poke up through my thumb. So I'm going to leave a little bit on the end. The first one's not going to look so pretty, but then after I start pulling it tight and wrapping it really close together, I'm going to get some, all of them are going to be the same, and they're going to be really good jump rings. Also, the very end's not going to work out very good, just because it's really tough to push that in close. So you can just leave a tail on both ends. The middle ones are going to be your good jump ring. I'm going to attach it to the edge of the table. And the way that I attach it, I put this mat down just so that it doesn't slip out. And when I put this C-clamp on there, the mat helps just kind of lock it in place. It doesn't have to be super tight, but make sure that it doesn't move around. And I'm going to take my saw and start cutting through here. If you look real close, some other people have cut through the core, and that's not a big deal. It's okay to cut the core. Something that you need to kind of get used to is when you're cutting jump rings, you need to turn the saw blade opposite direction than what you're used to. So when you're cutting sheet metal, the teeth go down and out. So if I were to line this up, down and out is like this, but I'm going to want to turn it over so that the teeth are facing up. And just double check that. Okay, it's all locked in. You still need to keep that blade nice and tight, so you push it up a little bit. Tighten it up with the back wing nut, and now we're ready to start cutting the jump rings. I like to slide the coil that I just wrapped around the core. It slides, so slide it to the end. The toughest thing is to get it started, so sometimes you have to kind of go slow, pull it a little bit until you get it started. Then once you get it started, it'll start cutting through those really nice. I'm not going straight up and down. If I went straight up and down, it would cut both sides of the coil, and we don't want to cut both sides, we just want to cut the top. And I'm doing most of the cutting on the push, so that's why the blade works better if the teeth are facing up. I'm kind of pinching the sides to keep it in position, so my fingers are out of the way, so I cut through the very first piece of wire right there. Okay, so this is the same coil that I was cutting before. I just wanted to change the angle so you can see my saw blade's almost flat. It's a pretty good angle. And I'm cutting through quite a few at the same time. And just keep it smooth. Once you're through one, I think I'm through the first one, but I'm holding it so I can't really tell right now. And I only need one, but maybe I'll save the other ones for other projects. Okay, so I am through the first one, and that's my jump ring that I'm going to want. And it's staying on the saw blade pretty nice. Okay, when I get ready to put my jump ring on, I don't want to just open it apart. So if I just pull it apart to put on my project like this and pull them apart and then close it back up, put my project on and then close it back up, it's going to look distorted. So it's going to look like a football shape or an egg shape. So the way that you really do it, here's another one that I made, same size and everything, is you want to pull it side to side. So you open it up side to side, put your project on, and when you close it, all you have to do is put it back side to side. When you push it back, you can push it back side to side, and they're going to line up nice, and when you're all done, you're going to have a nice circle.